Everybody, let's get right to this, shall we? We're going to start today, as we always do, with your "What should you be forgetting today?" questions. There are about five. Some things to remember. Remember, the reason we do this is practicing remembering helps you remember stuff longer. We want to remember this stuff long into the future. Final exams, milestones into 7th grade when you'll be building off this and all that. So you've got five questions to do. I'm going to pause my recording. What I need you to do at this time, just go ahead and pause this video here, work out these questions, and unpause again when you're ready to go. All right, check these along with me. Pause if you didn't. Check these along with me to make sure you're on the right track. So first thing, yesterday we learned how to compare. Remember in math, compare means use greater than or less than to describe the numbers. Negative 2/5 and negative 4/5. I usually think of these being on a number line. Those are both between 0 and negative 1. Number lines make it easy for me to compare. So if I'm going to do fifths on the number line, I would do 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and negative 5/5 would be 1. So I'll have four partitions. Negative 2/5 is here, and negative 4/5 is here. Negative 4/5 is farther to the left, and things to the left are less, and things to the right are more. So in this case, we would say negative 4/5 is less than negative 2/5. So check that one, it should be there. An integer is a positive or negative whole number. That's just a definition. Make sure you know that definition well. Positive or negative whole number is an integer. Next ones. One mixture of paint uses this, the other uses this. Are they the same shade of pink? Yes, they are. Usually when I give you these questions, they are not. So today I thought I'd give you one where they are. If you look at paint number 1, its ratio of red to white is 3 to 9. 3 red for every 9 white. And the other one is 1 red for every 3 white. And those are the same ratio. You'll notice if I start with this one, 1 to 3, I could do 1 more and 3 more, 1 more and 3 more. Those are indeed equivalent ratios, and so they would be the same shade of pink. One, you're just making more. This is 12 scoops of that paint. This is only 4 scoops of that paint. All right, this is a blank of blank. I hope you caught that as you worked it out. James has half of his narrative typed. He types 2/3 of the remaining 1/2. 2/3 of 1/2, that's a blank of blank. And we do that, we multiply. So he does 2/3 of the 1/2 that's left. So on this day, he typed 2/6 or 1/3 of his paper on that day. Blank and blank, we multiply with fractions. So he typed 2/6 or 1/3 of the whole paper. So 1/3, half was done. Now he's done another 1/3, so he's got a little bit left. Last but not least here, what fraction or percent are equivalent to that? That is 82 hundredths. If you can say it right as a decimal, you can write it right as a fraction. 82 hundredths looks like that because it sounds like that. And once we have a part out of 100, we also have a percent. That's 82%. So those should all match up. If you got super fancy here, you might have reduced this fraction a bit. I think you can reduce it to 41/50 if you divide both those numbers by 2, but not necessary if you didn't. 82 hundredths, 82 hundredths, and 82 hundredths. All right, that out of the way. Hope those went well. Hope your memory is serving you well. One last thing to remember. If you will turn your page, do 3s for one more day. Turn that page. I have a timer for you ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Count them up. How'd you do? That's our week with the threes. Go ahead and pause here. Count them up. Write your score at the top. Hopefully you did a few more each day, getting used to those threes. And if there are any threes you don't know very well, hopefully you're making note of that. And getting ready to go. So pause here and count them up, and unpause again when you're ready to go. Alrighty. So last thing before we get to our lesson for today on the next page, one last thing I need you to do. It is Friday, and on Friday you helps get Monday you ready to go and have a great Monday. So what you do at this time, I need you to do your normal 4 Friday organizing things. 1, organize that book bag. Everything out. Organize the good stuff, throw away the bad stuff. Anything that needs to go in a binder, put it in a binder. In a folder, put it in a folder. In the trash, put it in the trash. Make sure that book bag is sparkling, shiny, and neat for Monday when you come back. Check your grades. Email any teachers, coaches, counselors, club sponsors, administrators, anybody you've been meaning to talk to and haven't had a time to do so. And check the calendar. You're already on my eClass page, and you'll find the calendar scrolling here on the front page, and you can check that out as well and see what is coming up next week. There's some good stuff on the calendar. So at that, and after you have finished that, what you're going to do is go on to the next page. So this will be the end of this video, and your lesson for what's coming up is on the next screen. So you'll press that next button over again, and we'll learn something new when you're ready.